Hello, welcome to all you Virgos. Welcome you Virgos for your monthly horoscope for September, and happy birthday for some of you who have their birthday in September. Let's have a look at the month, which is a very crucial month because there is enormously a lot happening in September, and therefore I made two separate videos explaining the eclipses, because there's going to be an eclipse in your sign on the 13th of the month, and there's going to be another eclipse in Aries. So I'll put them somewhere here underneath the video, probably, or next here, for you to watch separately and to have a bit more detail. You know, you are a Virgo, you like the details, you like to know it all. So what a month this is for the Virgos. It's not only because Jupiter is in your sign, are you feeling it, that there is that things really are shifting now for Virgos, and especially the solar eclipse is important for you. So it's around the 13th, but that doesn't mean to say that you will exactly feel it around the 13th. It's an upbuilding, and then the energy fades away a little bit, or it has its consequences during the months after the eclipses. And this is an eclipse that is all about new beginnings for you. It's especially the Virgos who've got planets between 20 degrees of Virgo, so who have planets, maybe an ascendant or a sun sign or a moon sign between like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 degrees of Virgo will feel it the most, of course, because the sun and the moon come together and they have this really new beginning energy. Now Virgo, the Chiron is opposing this energy, so there's a lot of what is typical for Virgo, because Virgo and Pisces are the signs of healing. They are the great healers of the zodiac, and Virgo do it in a slightly different way than the Pisceans, but Chiron opposes that energy of the solar eclipse, so it has a very big meaning for the Virgo. It's about how you understand yourself on a very deep level. It's about you encountering yourself on a very, very deep level, and therefore being able to understand others. It's only when we understand ourselves, when we look at ourselves very deeply, and specifically at our pains, because this is a theme that comes up with the eclipse of the solar eclipse in Virgo. We go up a level in understanding others and in helping them as well. Virgo is known to be a sign that is very good at helping others. They do have that detachment, which is necessary for helping someone. If you delve into their problems too deeply and stay there, you're not going to help them. On the contrary, you will have those problems yourself, or you will feel totally empty. But that's the power of Virgo, that they can help others. And there is a theme around here of helping others, because it's on the axis of your first house and the seventh house, which is relationships. And the Jupiter in your sign opposes Neptune in the seventh. So there is this higher knowledge, you could say, that we are all here to help each other out, basically. And therefore, we help ourselves. So this is really, really emphasized during not only this month, but during it's the flavor of the eclipse that will continue several months. Now, it's not enough to have just the intention of helping and to have just the intention to help yourself, because that's basically it. You're helping others in order for you to help yourself as well, because that doesn't go very easy for a Virgo, and I know because I'm a Virgo myself. The sun in Virgo, that is. So Virgos, typically about them is that they are very good at helping, understanding, but they're not that good at solving their own problems. And because of that, they reach out to others and they help them. And now this energy will be emphasized. by helping others, by not really rescuing others, because that if you rescue other people, you just simply take away their power, their ability to help themselves. So if you are a true Virgo, which has the empathy to understand others, but who also want to teach them how to fish instead of giving them the fish all the time, then you're really going to see a lot of you will be seen as a teacher. You will be seen as someone who really progresses in the understanding of themselves, and therefore making easier the choices that you will make in your life will just become way easier. Now, this Jupiter opposition to Neptune is squaring Saturn. And I think Virgos will not have a problem with that, because Saturn is a planet of, I want to get things real. I don't want to float around and saying, oh, I want to help people. No, it's the Saturn squaring up to your sign. And this is a bit more for the early Virgos who've got planets there in the early degrees of Virgos. They will feel again that Saturn comes into Sagittarius on the 18th, so they will feel a bit of tension, but the tension is there to make things real, and Virgo doesn't mind that at all. So when it comes to the first house, the seventh house, the fourth house, it's all key houses, and it's all about you wanting to be true to yourself, wanting to be very true in your relationships, wanting to be very selective as well in your relationships. And that is the Saturn there, squaring up to the Neptune, squaring up to your sun sign. It wants to be selective and it wants to be real. It doesn't want to float around, which is the temptation of Neptune. You know, Neptune in a negative side, especially in your seventh house, is you want to help everybody, and you want to help the ones that don't want to be helped. So that is a big focus for you this month. Now, what else? At the same time, I could go on and on about this, but at the same time, Venus goes direct in your 12th house. At the beginning of the month, there's Venus and Mars together, so there's a lot of passion behind the scenes, you could say. So maybe you are planning something for the upcoming months, and when Mars will be, especially when Mars will be in your side, that's not going to be this month, but for later on. So you're brewing. I think a lot of Virgos are brewing. They're having new ideas and they're working on it, which is Mars. And Venus is there, which is I like working on it, but it's behind the scenes. And that is good, because it's not the time yet to come out fully. That will be when the shift from Leo goes into Virgo. Leo is your 12th house. It's the last house before your house, which means that there is still energy going on at the background. So it's a good time for you to still prepare some things. But a lot of Virgos, not specifically this month, but are starting new, are having carte blanche, starting new businesses, starting new relationships, starting new projects. And there's a lot of freshness now coming your way, which is good, isn't it? And last but not least, there is also the Mercury, your ruler. Your ruler is going retrograde in your second house in Libra, and that's also the 18th. So the 18th is a bit of an important date there. Now, having Mercury retrograde in the second house is not bad. I think you're gonna like it, because you Virgos, you want to not only have things, ideas that you have around finances, around your resources in general, around your talents. You want to put them into practice. So it's a very economical business kind of time for Virgos as well, because Mercury in the second house is very business-like. If you do have your own business, it's a good time. If you don't have your own business, it's a good time to, and if you want to earn a little bit more money, it's a good time to think about how you can do that and apply yourself then the month after this, which would be October. Then a lot of planets come also into Virgo, more planets even. So a lot of thinking about your confidence as well, about What can I do? What is my talent? How can I explore it to the fullest? And here comes in the other eclipse, which will be in Libra, which is the axis of that second house and your eighth house. So at the end of the month, on the 28th, there is an eclipse in those money houses, but also in those value houses. So there is a shift there as well. Maybe you had plans, or if you are in a relationship, it could have been that you've done some reinvestigation around insurances, around taxes, around refunds, around money actually that you share with someone else. And things can come to fruition, things can come to the foreground here with that eclipse. On other levels, you can have a present from someone at the end of September. Why? Because I see that quite often when there is activity in the 8th house and it's something that comes to fruition, you get something from someone else. It could be money, it could be something that you specifically value. So if it's a car that you always have valued very much, a 20-year-old car, but it's like you like it and it's from your sister or whatever, maybe she's going to give it to you. It's a stupid example, I know. But it's to show you a bit the flavor. So an interesting month with a bit of everything. It's an emphasis on relationships, definitely. There is possibility for new relationships for Virgos, but not by you going towards other people. No, it's because you attract them more into your life. It's because you are understanding yourself more and you are more at home with yourself that you attract other people towards you. So what an interesting month, you Virgos. I really wish you a very, very good month, a good eclipse time. And watch out the other videos about the eclipse, especially the one of the solar eclipse. I think it's interesting for you. Thank you for watching and have a good month. Bye-bye.